Well, I mean, I'm not going to say things here because I need to keep beating the guy for many years to come, But I think he's improved a lot, over the last year or so. I think he had a tough draw at the Australian Open actually, which would have really put himself in an even better position, for this year. But he drew Zonga, I think, first round, and that sort of kept him underwater or under the radar for a little bit, But I think winning Cincinnati and doing so well here again, and doing also I think well at Wimbledon, I think he's really picked his game up, and he's got many different opportunities to play any player. I think and that's what makes him dangerous. He's got the good slice. He can come to the net. He can stay back. He can stay very far back. So he's got three different options, and I don't not many players have that out there. And for this reason, you also need to adapt a little bit on how he plays you, and that's what I think that's where I'm the best at. In the game is to how to figure out to beat a guy. And I had a game plan going in, but then also had to adjust it throughout the match.
How much of a factor do you think experience was today? You have all the Grand Slam finals, and he had none.
No, I mean I was obviously aware of that. I mean I know what it takes to win here. I know that usually I do play my best on the big occasions, especially here in New York. I've had some incredible matches, for my standard, and I knew that it was always going to be difficult for Andy. But so this was the reason why I really wanted to get off a good start in the match, and be able to control him, especially winning the first set. I think was key. And then after that, you can try out a few more things. And I realized, coming in against him, chip and charging in the third set was going to be a good solution. Then just playing patient as well for a while was important. But I think important was to serve well as well, and I served well throughout the entire tournament. So no, I'm very well aware that was key as well today. Was the what do you call it? Experience. Thank you.
Roger, can you
struggling now? I don't think a whole lot. I think he's got himself in better physical shape. So I mean, from that standpoint, he's better than ever. I think with finals like this, he knows now what it sort of takes to get very far into a Grand Slam. I think it's something that's unusual. Once you get to the semis or finals, you're celebrating your first quarters, you're celebrating your first semis, your first final, and it takes a toll on you emotionally as well. Because all of a sudden there's all the attention you ever wanted, but at the same time you want to focus on what you really want to do is get the title. And I think by putting yourself in those types of positions and giving yourself opportunities, he'll only get bigger. And I always thought he was a big match player. You give him the biggest court in the world, he'll have no problem to handle it. And I think that's what he's shown anyway throughout his career.
Roger, on that note, you always seem to speak with tremendous sportsmanship, especially about some of the younger players coming up to the rank. Is that something maybe as a statesman now you feel a responsibility to do?
No, I mean it's up to me to be honest. I'm a very honest guy, and if I think a guy's good, I'll let you know. If I think the guy's average, I'll let you know as well. But I think the guys coming up right now, they've finally sort of broken through, and I was maybe expecting them to break through maybe half a year earlier, but it was only really Rafa and Novak who broke through from the group earlier, I mean, Rafa always knew he was going to be a great player from the first moment I played him on, and I think Novak's done an incredible job of improving, because I wasn't that impressed from Novak in the first place when I played him in Monaco, but Rafa, from the first moment, I knew he was going to be unbelievable. So with Murray, I always had the feeling he was an incredible talent as well. And he was maybe going to take him just a touch longer than the other guys, because he had to figure out some things, in his life. And I think now it's all looking good for him. And then we have new guys like Del Potro or Baghdatis, or there's a bunch of guys around. So I think men's tour is looking great. They also have good sportsmanship, which I think is important, and look forward to playing them more often.
When you started knocking down the slams very quickly, Sampras 14 was out there, and now you're right there. It's 13. Does that do anything to your head now, and won't do anything to your head moving into next year?
I mean, I would have been disappointed, losing today and having 3 finals and 1 semis of slams. You feel like you missed an entire year, being so close but yet so far, because semis and finals don't help me a whole lot anymore in my career. You know, it's all about the wins, and that's why this is huge. You know, this is massive, really, and I'm very, very happy about this Grand Slam. Obviously, it's a different type of flavor, this one, to me, no doubt, and I can definitely go into the rest of the season more relaxed now, and then also looking forward with with great spirits for next year. I mean, we'll see. I mean, Rafa's had an incredible season as well. You know, I mean, he's gotten everything the last few months. You know, Olympics, Wimbledon, French Open. You know, Toronto. I mean, he's been playing so well. You know, and Clay dominated again. So I know it's going to be difficult to get it back, but this was definitely a major step forward. You know, for me, defending this title, and I don't know what it takes. You know, to become again #1. But my focus is just try to finish the year in style, and then next year I'll attack it again. I'll have many more opportunities, especially at the Masters Series and also at the Slams, the ones I wasn't able to win, you know, this year. I'll have again a chance next year.
A few more questions in English.
Raj, 2 questions. Are you still playing Stockholm first? And second, can you talk a little more about your parents and Mirka helping this year, especially when all these doomsday scenarios sort of came out, just what impact they've been on you?
Yeah, I mean, the schedule is to play Davis Cup, a couple of weeks off, then Stockholm, Madrid, Basel, Paris, and Shanghai, and a couple of exos in Asia. So that's what the plan is this year. I mean, it's been a crazy schedule this year. So stay fresh all the way, sort of to the end. You know, here at the Open is very happy. You know that it sort of all worked out. And no, I mean, my parents and Mirka, they're all obviously very important to me. You know, and they've been helpful, you know. I mean, I don't think nobody had to really talk to me and sit me down and say, "Hey, Roger, it's not looking that bad," because I was never down and how do you say, sad or disappointed or frustrated in any way. I'm always basically the first guy telling the guys not to be disappointed or sad. You know, it's really me pushing the group and them pushing me. So that's always very important as well, I think.
Dave?
Roger, I'm not sure if you heard this. You finished the match, and the group started playing, Orland started playing. You're still the one.
Third time this week.
I'm sorry?
It's the third time already.
Yeah, I know, but that's something to you. What
Sure.
does it mean to you?
No, I mean, it's great. Even the guy putting the music on being my fan, right? So, it's nice, you know. I mean, I really do appreciate it, and people are happy when they see me. It's incredible the amount of people here in New York that just come up to me and recognize me now and sort of wish me luck. Cab driver screaming out saying I'm still the guy, you know, and you can do it, and it's great, you know. I mean, I really feel like this city has really warmed up to me, and so have I to them, you know. So this is a huge victory for me, and you know, enjoying it with other 23,000 people in the stadium was an unbelievable feeling today. Well, I don't understand redemption quite that well, but I don't think that's what it is. I don't feel like I needed this win particularly to prove myself. You know, I don't think I'm at that point anymore. Of course, if I lose 4 straight times in majors in the first round, then obviously I have a point to prove. But I was that close to winning so many of the big tournaments this season that, like I said, I was never really, you know, anxious trying to win a particular one. I was disappointing not winning the Olympics. I was disappointing losing the epic at Wimbledon, you know, but this was as big of a goal maybe this season, you know. I mean, going for 5 US Opens is probably the last time ever in my career I'll have that opportunity, you know. So to keep it alive and actually just keeping the streak going like I did at Wimbledon is something I'm very, very happy about, and it's just more just being happy to be on top, you know. I mean, that's what it's about for me, that all the hard work paid off, you know, that I was never down, you know. I was just trying to figure out the best way of, in this tough season, really, it was a tough schedule for all us players, you know, to try to find a way to win during these last 3 weeks where we all came here being incredibly tired from Beijing. So to get the victory at last was an unbelievable feeling, and so things are not looking that bad like everybody's talking about, and that's just what I'm happy about.
Thank you, Jim. For English,
Thank you.
all will
No problem.
Pleasure. Thanks for being in touch. Hopefully this was a good run for stories.